Hello, guys. This is FK, and this is another episode of Tech Stories. Yeah, Tech Stories. The last time we talked about getting remote jobs. So if you've not seen that and you need a remote job, you want to go and check that out. But in this particular episode, we're going to be discussing something new, something interesting, and something very, very recent. And this is going to be affecting a bunch of tech people that we have not talked about much on this channel before. We've always kind of been biased towards developers and all that. But today we're going to be talking about design. Yeah, we're going to be talking about design. And even development cannot, a lot of part of development relies on design. We're talking about the graphic designs, we're talking about the UI, UX, we're talking about every element of design that is in the software development process, or just design on its own. Yeah, just design, branding, and stuff on its own. And how the recent trends in AI, the recent developments in AI are going to affect design. Is design going to die? Are people going to see design as a source of income going forward? Yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing today. And I've brought, to me, the best person that I know I can discuss it with, someone I've worked with a lot, someone I've worked with for a year, almost a decade now.
Yeah.
You see, that is kind of like a pattern with everybody I've been bringing on this show. Like, we've worked together for long, and don't mind me.
So you are OG.
Yeah, I know the people that are OG. I know, like, these people that have put a decade at least into their craft. And I've also worked with and ended up, okay, yeah, we're going to be able to benefit a lot from this resource person. So I have Wale in the house. Yeah. Wale is a long-time graphic designer, from graphic design to UI UX to branding to this guy has done everything in the world of design, even animation. He has done everything in the world of design, and we've worked together. We've built some startups before that we might touch on, some of the lessons that we learned then. We might touch on it, but today we're coming to discuss the current impact of the advancements in AI on design. AI is churning out designs from scratch in minutes these days. You can just type a prompt and you have a logo. You type a prompt, you have a business card, and he will come and tell us what is the state of design in relation to all these AI advancements that have been going on, and can people still see design, UI, UX, graphic design, branding, and the rest as a career to commit to for the foreseeable future? So we're going to be discussing that. The title is Design Dead? Let's find out. So, Baba Wale, that's what I always call it. Let us meet you. Meet you. Tell us, let's meet you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me in here. And it's a good job you've been doing here.
Oh,
I'm following you through.
Okay, this is starting with some head swelling.
Let me know. Keep it up.
Thank you.
More grace. That's all I can say. So, meeting me, my name is, for your viewers now, my name is Olawale Ariyo. Right, and aka Wale the Legend.
Legendary.
Yeah, so the legend. So just Google Wale the Legend on any platform. It will pop it up, and then you will see.
That's a nice flex.
Yeah, we have been on this game too for a while, so we can. If they don't give us our roses, we'll pluck it. We'll
wave it in their face.
Plug it ourselves. So sure. I had a formal education, went to institution, studied physics, electronics. Okay. But like every other tech guys, they at least work with their certificate. So it happens to me too. So I started out as a graphic designer, born out of passion.
What time was that? What year?
Yeah, 2010, 11.
10, 11. Okay.
Yeah, within 2010.
Around the time I started my own.
So 2010, 11. So, and there were very few content online for you to actually self-develop. So you have to actually read. You have to read like physical books or PDF. But you just have to read.
You have to read.
To practice.
There wasn't so many
videos content then. Yeah, there were none. So very few, even if they were, but there were very few. Okay. You hardly have access to them. And moreover, how old is YouTube then anyway? There was
and the internet
then. So I had to, as a matter of fact, I had to move from one community to the other to meet the guy that is going to be showing me, because he was a photographer.
Okay.
So I learned with Photoshop.
Okay, Photoshop.
Photoshop. So he packed a lot of book for me to just go and read because of the distance. So the guy just favored me, say, make just they come every now and then they spend money to take this material, go read. Okay. So I took it upon myself that at that time, like every other young growing youth or single guy somewhere, you still be struggling with identity crisis. So you still don't know what you want to do with your life. That one,
because your certificate, your certificate is not going to do anything.
Exactly. So that was a good thing to hide under for me. Okay. So I just felt like, okay, let me say I'm a designer. So and let me be asking me what are you doing? What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I'm a designer. So then the obligation comes that I have to defend that
show working.
Yes, I just have to show working. So I started studying up. So then a bit of inspiration here and there. Started practicing, and here we are. So the reality of the identity came to play when a friend demanded for my service. So that should be 2010 2011.
Okay.
So we probably said a day startup, me and my friend, his name is Shion.
Okay.
He's also a programmer in line of guys. So we put up a firm together. Like, okay, she are flexing muscle, all those what's this place? Silicon Valley vibe.
CEO, founder, co-founder.
So we started, and so the reality set in when the lady said she wants a full branding expression. She wants to brand an event company, and I think it's Rainbow Cell, if I'm permitted to make a name. So Rainbow Cell is an event. So she wants a logo, corporate stationery for it, a basic website. Okay. So the money is going to be like, so, and I told my friend, like, how much are we going to build this girl? So he said, let's give her 500K.
500K?
Yeah.
That was bold, man.
Yeah, it was huge.
That's a bold price.
Because it's going to be design and print.
Oh, print. Okay.
So it was inclusive. Okay, it was all inclusive. So it was much. So it was much, but at the same time, fair. Okay. But for us, it was a big deal. Like, you're launching out and you're going to collect 500K that you have never done for anybody to pay you even 15 naira, even 100 naira, even 20K. So 500K. So she made a deposit into my account. Then I started shaking. You don't enter around today. So you don't enter around today. Yeah. So now you must deliver. You must deliver this. So the fear was there. Like,
I'm sure you didn't touch that money.
I'm ready to refund.
Ready to
refund is a backup plan of refund is already on, because you were not sure of yourself at that time because you were still in the learning process, the curve, and then this big thing came up, and so we hit it head on. He started developing the sites. I started coming up. So we combined ideas together to create the logo. So a couple of propositions in terms of, okay, will you like this? So we submitted drafts. So she picked one and she liked it. We moved to the next stage.
That's encouraging.
Nice. Okay, this thing is looking like it too. Good job. Like, you don't look like Kamu. Okay. Nice one. So the design process went through. So all the drafts were approved. Okay. So then we need to move to the print. He has already started the website development. So the print and a little bit of glitch because of inexperience. So, but the beautiful thing is the charging was able to cover for trial and error.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
So you had an experiment. So you didn't come out well. Discard this. Try it again. Yeah. So that was able to foot the bill for it. So, and it was a long one because of inexperience. It took like 2 months to deliver it.
2 months.
Yes, you can imagine.
2 months.
And then because of the means of exchanging information, correspondent formats.
Because I feel 2 months is still kind of fair.
Oh, really?
Not for a 500K job. I don't think like if, maybe now we won't be talking at this level.
So it's back then.
Okay, back then. Though back then I would still feel because the stage you guys were, 2 months was still kind of fair. The guy that was still develop the website.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So 2 months plus there.
The communication and all.
Yeah, that's the review.
Mm-hmm.
So then the lady was not that savvy. So you have to take the system to her to preview what she's to show her what you want to.
Having a client that is not savvy.
Yeah.
That can either work or against you. Or for or against you.
Yeah, it depends. On the side of the table
they're just like, impressed with everything, and they just
move on. Yeah.
Or they don't get
they don't understand
the value or the
so
quality.
there was a glitch on that. So okay, yes. So this is the landing page. Okay, so what happened? Imagine a client telling you what happened. So are they going to pay me from this already?
Oh my god.
So you still need to start driving, trying to convince and all that. So it was a good startup for us.
Okay.
The experience, So because of the kind of relationship, so it afforded us luxury to experiment properly.
Okay.
To really experiment. And for me, I was able to understand that, okay, in this industry, your digital design will necessarily not come out the way you want it in print. So you have to work it to be like that.
Yeah.
So, and then because of the kind of people they are, especially the people that actually do the prints in Nigerian setting, the survival thing comes to them. Say, don't worry, you can like for those that don't understand English, like take it, use it that way. you can manage it that way. Yeah. Just let it go. Take it, use it that way. So that's now burns on you wanting to instill on quality.
Okay.
So that's where the quality control idea comes in for us. That okay, yes, this is what is obtainable in the industry now.
Yeah.
But is it what you want to flow with, or you want to raise the bar?
Okay.
Yeah. So that first experience really helped put things in perspective for us while growing.
It's interesting you mentioned the fact that when this design to print, there's often a drop in quality because the screen is so shiny and everything is so detailed. Every color is rich.
It's rich, yeah.
But when it comes out, there can be that drop, which people are still facing today. But I believe some new printing technologies have come out. So how did you combat then that those technologies were not available? How do you get the quality out?
Yeah.
Or do you just have to like
it was not easy to come by, but they were available. So definitely they will be quite expensive because they are limited.
Okay.
Do you understand? So they were. So it's now the function of you want to wait to get it done because definitely there might be a lot of queue on them to deliver the same quality. So you want to wait or you are ready to pay more. At that time, people even went as far back printing outside the country.
True.
A lot of media agencies then, where they have these big gigs, they go outside the country. They don't print here because waiting and the costs. And then waiting and the costs, again, quality tests too. How are you sure it's still going to be the way you want it?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. So let's just after the eventual print. Yeah. So don't worry. We already know who can actually do better. So those times, a lot of jobs were took out of the country to actually for production.
What other countries did they take them?
Where's the place? This Lebanese, Lebanese country, Lebanon. Then China was not really active then because of transportation of. Shipping it down, it was not far. So shipping it down was compared quite Lebanon, Germany. It's still easy for them. Even you'll be surprised, Ghana. People were taking their jobs to Ghana, to produce. There was one information of a church that wanted to have their daily devotional.
Yeah.
They had to take it to Ghana to produce because of they may have access to this kind of machines.
Okay.
But God so good, those technologies are available here in Nigeria now. So you hardly hear that they take stuff out here at the moment.
Definitely, it will not make any sense.
That's
that void.
Except for 10 years, yes. For
10 year period. So that's good. That's how design started in this country. Design started from graphic design. Forget any fancy name you throw around now. I'm a product designer. I'm a UI UX. Yeah, I know. It started from graphic design. You do flyers. You do business cards.
I happen to
letterhead.
I happen to also teach sometimes on design. So I tell people, design starts from when you are waking up. The toothpaste you want to use. There was a graphic designer that sat down in the system and designed your soap case.
True.
There's a graphic designer that actually designed it on a system. What again? Your towel, if it's branded, there's a graphic design knowledge in it. What again? Your slippers, if it's branded too, either branded or not, for you to go through a production process, it must be designed.
So every idea comes to life first through design. Through design.
Yeah.
Through design. No, not every physical thing everything we're interacting with these days. Someone designed it first before it was built.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to capture that. Now, you've been in this industry for over a decade.
Yeah.
How have you grown with the trends? What have you dabbled into?
Yeah.
The things that you tried, maybe it was becoming hot. And you tried it and it became a business pipeline for you. And the ones that it didn't work so much. People are still doing it, it's still there, but so how have you grown your skills and the areas in design that you've been able to explore and even translate into businesses for yourself?
Great. So after that lady's 500k job, there was a long dry season. Nothing came up again.
Drought.
Yeah, nothing. So I wouldn't know what that was, but so it opened my eye to the opportunity in the industry. So it was not a question of, do you really want to do this? Right? So because of the formal education. So if you are watching this out there, your formal education is quite very important. It helps you think better. It helps you think better. So don't discard it.
Expand your scope.
Yes, it helps you think better. Even if you want to take up a skills in the tech industry or what have you, whatever thing you want to do that is tech related or skills, any skills, whatever it might be, you need that formal education. It will help. It's an edge. So how did I come across that? So I go on the street to make findings that, okay, I've already decided I'm going to do this for my life. And I'm going to, so I've accepted my fate. So I've accepted the identity that I am, even though a graphic designer.
It was an umbrella you hid on that before.
Yes. So I've come to accept it. Like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do and this is who I am about this. So I had to go out and check. So, I had to do a reality check in the real sense of it, because the acceptance in societal acceptance is a big deal. It's a big deal when it comes to skills and crafts.
Yeah, true.
You will see people say they talk down on mechanics. So that's when people will want to have a sophisticated mechanic workshop so that people exactly, so that people can respect you, that you are not just a roadside mechanic, right? But in the long run, what birth respect is success, which is very relative.
Yeah, true.
So what success means to you might be different for one. So if you find fulfillment in what you define to be success, stay by it. It's fine. You'll be fine. So irrespective of societal evaluation or appreciation or respect, so far you have been able to define it that this is what my success story is. That is what they will accept it to be for you. So for me, I accepted it that I'm going to be a graphic. So I go on the streets to ask, what is the commercial value of an average graphic designer?
AKA, how much did they pay?
How much they pay? Exactly. So how much are they earning?
How are they earning?
Yeah. So And now ask. So I went on the streets. It was in Lagos then.
Yeah.
So there's this popular print hub in Lagos, in Shomolu.
Okay.
There's one in Shomolu, Lagos. There's one in Mushin, Lagos too. So I was interrogating those guys. Like, how much do you charge for a logo? So this guy said, in the street language now, logo, like fast. We don't run them, sharp. Just give me like 500 naira. Okay, so I sigh. Like 500 naira.
When person go buy G-Wagon.
So how many logo? Like what's the name of this guy? Odumeji. What's his name?
Odumodu.
Not Odumodu now. This pastor.
Oh.
How many Harry Marks?
Indaboski.
Odumeji. So how many?
Three Dangote make one Harry Marks.
So how many 500 rand make a Benz? So you want to ask yourself. So it was that range at that time. So that was where the dignity of my formal education comes in. Like, 4 years in school. It's not a business. I even wrap up like 5 years with the certificate.
Yeah.
So I'm now be earning 500 naira per job. So it creates a form of curiosity in me. Like there should be more.
There should be more, yeah.
So I started checking online the little information we have on access. I started checking online. So I stumbled on media agencies.
Okay.
So because my knowledge has been open to that, okay, you have multinationals. They do designs, they do billboards, they do TV commercials, they do posters.
And that's definitely not 500 naira.
Yes. So my instinct is telling me that
the big league.
It will not be 500 naira. So I started digging deep. So I started finding, and I said that, okay, yes. So I stumbled on a couple of media agencies that are doing so well in the business. As a matter of fact, they become the industry team player. They are big. The likes of, if you can just mention their names, Insight Communication, More Advised, Aquila, A Plus, a lot of them, but the likes of More Advised, Tequila, Insight Communication were the one that are actually holding the ground. So they have the big brands with them. So we stumbled on that, and I said, will this guy be charging 500?
And these are Nigerian governments.
Yes, they're Nigerian firm. As a matter of fact, they were even accessible to where I was living.
Okay.
More Advices, they have been in. More Advices in Lubeju.
I was saying A plus A is option A.
Yeah.
Option
A.
Option A.
Dogza Media, right? That's here in Abuja. Then Inside Communication was in Ikeja. There were a whole lot of them too. There are some that you don't even know because they are media agencies. You only see their work. Yeah. You might not even know their name.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but they've
even
already
all these adverts.
Yeah, you will not even know.
No, you don't know their names, but
except the
Orange VFX.
Yeah,
Orange FX.
Orange FX. Yes, you wouldn't even know that they are the one behind this commercial. All of those things. So I started digging deep, making findings, and okay now. So I was able to. One of the first thing that does for me was able to help me see the bright side.
That is more.
Yes. Right, that's okay. There is a lot of potential in this, so that now informed me to start improving on my skills.
Okay,
to that level. Right. So, if you want to be patronized by media agencies, then you have to have the quality media agencies are looking for at that time. Yeah, the quality required. So that now took me back. So another round of studying. So I went back. Okay, I don't want to earn 500 naira. So I want to earn more. Because the truth is, away from the fact that it's a passion, when the passion is not footing your bill, frustration is going to definitely set in.
Very much.
So I had to go back, start studying up again, practice. Okay, so how were they able to achieve this? How were they able to achieve this? So at that time, so let's say 2010, 2011 actively. So my knowledge is already bright. So I already know what I want to do. I understand the basic composition of elements. I understand the basic composition for colors. I understand layout, alignment, choice of fonts, and a little bit of
Okay.
effects in Photoshop, doing layer effects and all of that. So I see a job, so I will try and profile it and analyze, okay, how was this done? So what I do most times then is I practice a lot.
Okay.
Which is I pick people's job, recreate it. I pick people's job.
That's smart.
I recreate it. I pick. So
the kind of jobs you look up to.
Yes, I pick it. I recreate it. So you, in my previous archives, you can find. You just definitely found a whole lot of these big multinationals, commercials, magazine commercials. So I now start investing into magazines too, because I don't think Pinterest was in existence then for inspiration.
Probably not.
Yeah, so it has to be more of hard copies those times. Sure. So you want to go on the streets, keep buying magazines a lot. So you keep flipping, you were keep flipping, you were flipping the page to draw more inspiration. Yeah. So, so for you to invest that much, definitely there's a lot of interest in it for you.
Yeah.
One of the things that is missing in these days designers that we have is accessible. Everything they need is at the snap of their finger.
You don't have to really work for it.
Yeah. Those times, if you want to have a water splash, you have to create it. From the scratch.
From scratch.
Today, you can just a PNG file of water splash. You have it.
I used to tell one thing I used to tell developers that are more that started recently.
Yeah,
is that back then, if we wanted a box to have rounded corners, and I'm not bullshitting you. If you wanted a box to have rounded corners, you have to go and create images of the 4 edges. Curved images of the 4 edges and use CSS to position them at the edges of a square box. You have a square box, but you want it to have rounded corners. You have to go into a graphic tool. That's why almost everybody then was Google shit.
Yeah,
you have to know a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
This, yes.
You can't just stay in your lane
because you will be spending a lot. Because you need to employ another person.
It was things were so hard.
Yeah.
So you have to go into Fireworks and create curved edges. And bring it into your code and use CSS to position
it. And then still create the animation to still in Fireworks, because you now be tweaking it. So you can imagine you animating it. So there was one project that I was collaborating with some people.
Yeah.
It should be in 2012, thereabouts. It was for a law firm. So we want the scale of justice to just swing. That you can now Google get me an image of a swinging scale of justice. The
GIF is already there.
It's there. You will find it, bro. 4 days.
You manufacture it.
Exactly. We're importing it. This one will run this code. It will swing to the left. It will not swing. It was funny. When I think back that project, I will be like, wow. But do you know what those things actually did to us? It helps you to understand these crafts well.
Deeply.
Yes. So I can be thrown in any situation. Either there is internet or there is no internet. I will still do magic. I will.
Yeah.
I will still do magic. I would definitely.
Because we did it in a time that internet was not available. So you were, the lights are
yes, exactly. You would definitely still do something. I can remember back then that my friend it would bring up. I'll tell him, just pick anything, time me, give me a time, and I will reproduce this thing in this particular time. Then one of the beautiful thing about design is time also is a factor. Time of delivery.
Yeah, sure.
Also, so time of delivery also means how familiar you are with the tools that you are working with. So how familiar with the tools you are working with also depend on how often you practice.
How much time you've put
into that thing that will actually give back to you. So the journey has always been from identifying what I wanted to be, right? Then upgrading my skill to that standard. Then again, the things I have learned, I always keep up with the trend in the sense that for the fact that my consciousness have actually gone to the media agencies.
Yeah.
So I already know what their standard is. So I'm already looking out for the next ad campaign for Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I'm already looking out for the next ad campaign for MTN. So how is the person doing his layout? How is he doing his alignment? Okay, so this is what is okay, fine, it's good. So I'll also steal that idea, incorporate it in what I'm also working on, right? So then one thing stood out for me that I was able to learn while I was executing that lady's job that I mentioned, which is what you mentioned about print. Now, at that time, print is more like a contract in Nigerian settings. So we all know what contract is in Nigeria. So it's a big money. It's the big money. So they don't even care about. They didn't even care about the designer at that time.
Yeah.
Right. So who cares? Okay, I just put Nigerian flag on a cap, and it will pay the guy the same 700 naira, and he is producing 5,000 pieces of that, and you can multiply. Whatever it's a game of number already. So even the guy is already making more money than the guy that actually do the job, because without him, there's nothing to produce.
Yeah.
So there was no. So that also came.
You're basically working for them.
Yes. So I was an advocate. I became an advocate for designer that you must get paid well for the so-called printers. So it now became an act that even most designers, because they want to make more money, they now become printers.
You try to control more of the ecosystem.
Yes. So that's when clients want to tell you, I want to make a logo, right? I need to create a logo for me and a letterhead. So I want to give it to my printer. So the designer says, don't worry, I print too.
I won't remember then. They started.
I print too.
Yeah, they have these shops now, till now.
Yeah.
But they started back then, where you enter a printing shop and you see guys on laptop.
Yeah.
They are ready to design what you want to design for you. So the printing guy, is either it started from the design guy that incorporated printing, or the printing guy that incorporated designers. So we just want to
go add in that.
That's a very because many people I don't know why that became a thing.
Yeah.
But you said someone designs it, puts his vision, this thing
skills,
inside
conceptual
but gets paid peanuts.
Yeah.
Goes to give it to the person that will just get it there. And that one makes
get
way more money.
way more money. Yeah, exactly. So it becomes worrisome for designers then. So they now said, okay, no problem. I'll be the printer, I'll be the designer.
Everything.
I'll just do the two. So he afforded me the privilege of now, because I want to do print too.
Yeah.
And because of the kind of quality of design that I have, and I'm not ready to actually go that big route of exporting jobs out of the country that I'm bringing in. So I'm now working with the printer to be able to give me what I want, exactly the way I have it on the screen. So many a times, there was a war between the Adobe suits and CorelDRAW.
CorelDRAW.
The unresolved rivalry of like all time.
Apple, Android.
And in the design world. So CorelDRAW is this is where the rivalry. So I'll just do a backstory. Which is a print ready for Nigerian print technology available at that time. It was a print ready. It was a flat. What are we going to call it now? What's this word now? It was a print ready software.
Okay.
That
like the output is
print ready. So their color is calibrated for print. Exactly. Cool. So that's the word. So it's easier.
That's CorelDRAW.
Yeah, for CorelDRAW, for print guys. So the reason why many of them tells these guys, you better don't learn any sophisticated software. This is this software you should learn because this is what you're going to use to print it here still. So it was discouraging for them that they use a sophisticated software more advanced software to create a design, and you still bring it to process it for print in CorelDRAW.
Yeah.
Not because there are no advanced technology to print at that time, but because it was what was available to the market.
The Nigerian market.
Market at that time. So many guys were introduced to CorelDRAW to design. So, but then, so as time goes on, I found out that it's not really the tools that matters. It is what is up there. Your creativity, how creative you are, and then you have your creative thinking ability. Your creative thinking ability come to play in that. So in my journey process, I've been able to understand that there is the word for design, and then I deliberately expose myself to every industry because design is the bedrock of creation, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, God is a designer.
Let there be light was the design.
Yes, it was the design.
And there was light was the product.
Yes, it was the product. Then putting them in where they should be is alignment.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was aligning them. They stay here, water, grass. This it was putting them in place. And at the time when it was done, I said, "Oh, it looks beautiful," because that's most of the compliment designs get.
Yeah,
your design is good, it's beautiful. So that's the
aesthetics.
So it's the basic, knowledge for creation. So, and for every industry, a designer is needed, and that's the truth. I've exposed myself to the health industry, production, manufacturing, food, law, name it. I've had to. So most of the time, we are even more learned than the learned.
Yeah, because you have to absorb. It happens in software too. Like you want to create an accounting tool.
Yes.
If you don't have money for accountants, a consultant accountant.
Yeah.
You have to read a lot, and even if you bring in a consultant, you still have to like understand what they're saying, so that you can implement it in the distance.
Same here too. So I've already exposed myself to all of those things. So over the years, so what works in this industry? What choice of color works in this industry? Because those are where the professionalism comes in play. Then again, so the idea of being a freelance for a long time was good, but it can make you a local champion. So I also want to test. I also want to put myself to the industry test. So I went for job hunting. Submit proposal.
Like
I created professional jobs. I want to do it the 9 to 5 in this field. So I know what works in the. So how can you? So you have a direct supervision.
Yeah, and you have someone to define what they want, to stretch you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at 2013, 2013, so I got a job with a Lebanese company. I told you they have a good printing firm. So I saw them and I said, okay, I'm going to really try my hands with these guys. So I put up a portfolio. So because of the knowledge of the high-end value of design that I had early, so I already understood what make you stand out as a designer. So one of the things is the idea of portfolio. Okay. Portfolio is flying around now. I already get to know about portfolio like 2012. So I know that if you want to sell yourself as a creative, you need to put up a good portfolio. So I already imbibed that knowledge in myself. So I put up a good portfolio. So I just don't send CV. So I send you a portfolio. So don't even ask me what I can do. It's in there already for you to have an access of what I'm able to do. So
I like, and even we did it in our past interviews. When we start this talk, people get to talk about how things started.
Yeah.
And we have the topic. We want to talk about how AI is seeming to be a threat to design. But just like every other topic, I like the fact because the answers are mostly in that foundation. The answers are in how things started. The answers are in the stories. So because a lot of things you're saying now is the tangibles that will set you apart.
True.
That will set you, and it's the same most likely will apply to AI when we start discussing it. Those tangibles, those depths that you have that will set you apart. So to wrap up this section, let me ask this. So knowing you, I know that a big part of your experience and your what they call this thing, where you specify, no, not specify.
Expertise.
Yeah, expertise. This is when your focus, what they call that thing?
Specialize.
Specialize. What you special?
Area of specialization.
Area specialization. Yes. Area specialization is branding.
Yeah.
Branding. Because I've seen you work for some musicians.
Yeah.
Like Samsung, the Samsung project you did that time, the gospel guy, Samsung. You worked for some comedians and stuff like that. In shows. I've seen your designs on Billboard. I've seen your designs on Amazing Places. Even some animations, VFX stuff that you've done. So I know that branding is your even some of the companies I've worked for. I've called you in to come and do some branding stuff for us. But I know definitely design started evolving. I started hearing of things like UI UX.
Yeah,
branding was one of the early configuration of design, like packaging of design. Another way to package design. Then just graphic designer. But they packaged it into branding. So it was one of the early ones. But then we started seeing UI UX.
Yeah.
Especially with the advent of tech companies and remote jobs everywhere to see UI UX. Then later on we started seeing product design. Product design. All these fancy names is still for opening a design tool and designing something and conceptualizing stuff, which has always been the bedrock of every design. Is the first place.
Yeah.
So which areas did you dabble into and you're like, it's nice, but it's not for me? Okay, this one I just failed in this one. I don't think I'll be able to. So just give us those.
Okay.
And how has technology evolved? Because now we're going towards it.
Yeah.
That's another disruption. So how things have evolved.
Okay, so to put it in perspective properly, branding generally. Is to create an identity for something.
Yeah.
And people being able to separate it.
That's a very clean definition.
To create an identity for something, people should be able to separate it from the others. That's just it.
Perfect.
So they brand our uniform in school. The moment we write your name.
That was our first branding
experience.
They know us.
They put your name at the back. So when you're looking for your socks in school, they brand. So it could be call tagged, but it was branded.
Even like schools, your name. Like GCI, but
yes,
government college.
Yes, that's it. So for me, from what you said about the foundation, so it is the foundation that informed the progression.
Yeah.
So nothing. It's just English. UI is UX. Okay, so what is UI? User interface. Can you help us design a UI user interface? Help us. So firm A or company A meet a designer. Help us design a user interface.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Can you brand our user interface? Simple. So if you have the knowledge of branding, if you have the knowledge of design, you will definitely fit into it.
Yeah.
With the tools, and if you understand the brief properly, you will deliver.
And the area of specification
of it, yes, what and what they want it to be, exactly. So we move from that. So I explored that. Some couple of them that I did too. But was it interesting? Nah, it's too stressful. I won't lie. Because of the tools available then. There was no Figma then.
There was no Figma.
There was
when
no.
You wanted to.
Yes. There was no Figma. Adobe XD. Yeah, there was no XD2 then. So it has to be from the scratch. Like measure your rule. Yes, you have to measure it out and all of those things. It's beautiful. I enjoyed it. Because it's design, I enjoyed it, but it takes a lot of time for me. Yeah. So. I don't like it because it takes a lot of time from me. So
simple,
I don't want.
You didn't enjoy it.
I didn't enjoy it. So it's beautiful. It's a thing that I would do it. If the stakes, you
did it.
Yeah,
it was just stressful.
Yeah, so it's if the stakes are high now, why not? I'll take it up as a project. Yeah, why not? You can pay the XYZ amount for it, so I will. Yeah. I enjoyed doing it. So I did it. That's the word, because I did a couple of mock-ups for web page that the developer were later implement it or work with it. Then what part again? And then we have which other one again?
The product designer.
Product design is the same thing. It's the same thing. Brand. You are branding.
Just nomenclature.
Yes,
for an area of specialization.
Specialization of it. So it's just the product design thing now is a product designer. A good graphic designer can graduate into a product design.
Yeah.
If he's growing. And then if he had a very good foundation.
Especially conceptually.
Yes. Especially that, because that's where the whole bulk of work is, which is the creative thinking aspect of it.
Yeah.
The tools are just things you can come by with. What does the tool does? It aids the time of delivery. That's what the tool does for you. It aids the times of delivery.
What made Figma take over the whole UI UX? Was collaboration.
The
fact that you can collaborate with
other designers,
easy to do
presentation, and
send
then
a link to your client.
what's this thing? This fantastic. I've forgotten what they call it. That you can, how the app will look like, or how that product will look like. Okay. You can model it out for you, and then have the user experience.
Okay.
A form of the template, a mock-up of the user experience.
You can demo.
That's the word. Demo. You
can do the demo.
Demo of those things.
It is not a working solution.
Yeah.
But it would give you the workflow
of what the
tell the story
of the exactly, and then give you the feel.
Yeah.
Touch, feel, and some level of the experience of the product.
Yeah.
So all of these things, because the truth is, the terms used there is still going to be the basic terms of design. Colors, typography, alignment. That's it. So if you don't have that foundation, that strong foundational knowledge, growth for you will be, you will grow, but you're going to crash.
Right.
That one day.
If you don't have the solid foundation
because you're going to crash, because there's a level you will get to that what is going to sustain you is your foundational knowledge.
Yeah.
That you have. And then all of these things are not complex. They were built on. You learn typography. You understand what font works. You learn layout.
Yeah.
You understand what layout works. So name the kind of product you want to do now that you will not consider layout.
True.
So if you have a good knowledge of what layout is, you can design, you can develop a product.
And I will also add something you mentioned earlier. You said you work with different industries.
Yes.
In domain knowledge also sets you apart.
Yeah.
You know, someone that has designed something for law firm, medicine,
yeah,
in the hospitality
education,
yeah,
entertainment.
It's easy for you
religious,
to conceptualize something. Like there's some you can't try to design something for a law firm and you're using all bright colors and everything.
I still design as much as I have a lot of guys that I work with, but because it's my passion, I enjoyed it. I still design. So there was something I was putting together, and I got to my, let me use the word, my Zeus sphere. Yes, like I don't think I can ever have a bad design again.
No bad songs.
Yes, I don't think I can ever. I just got to that point, and the reason is because I so much understood the basic, the element basic of design.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, we cannot be overemphasized. Everything, even to the point of architecture.
Yeah.
I've done something for architectural design. I've done something for the interior decorators too. I helped choosing color. Do you know there was a time that I actually did a free course on my WhatsApp status about colors.
Yeah.
And there were two ladies that are planning their wedding.
That's why they took the course.
No. It was a free course. So they reached out to me that, okay, this is a quick one. That this is the color I'm choosing, and this is the color I'm choosing. So advice, I'm telling you, it was funny. That would have been the job of probably an event planner
who also need to understand
colors. Do you understand? So, but then I was able to tell her that, okay, what did you want to achieve with your color? Which is the first question you ask every client. So, what did you want to achieve with this? With this, what you want to create? So she was able to tell me, okay, so I think this will work. and this will work for the combination.
Like,
And I was good.
just to wrap up, there was one, I think we even discussed it, talking about depth, talking about concept and this thing.
Yeah.
I think we discussed this. I saw a book, I think it was in the one MKBAD video. I think Hypoglyphics or something.
Mm-hmm.
That book is just about shapes. Shapes and what they represent. Shapes and what they represent. So many shapes inside, and they will tell you what it represents.
Each of them represent.
And I think of when people try to do logos, they'll just and put a square here and put a circle here. Then we cross it. Does it look fine? There's no principle. Guiding. Meanwhile, if you understand that, those shapes and everything, and okay, I want this logo to connote seriousness. I want it to speak form.
This.
There are shapes. You will just easily come to your head.
It's called the psychology of design. Still, it's psychology of design. So,
I know there was one book too.
So psychology of design. So it's every design, every creation, every design definitely has the reason behind
in somewhere.
The reason why this is. So then you cannot take it to the psychology of colors too. All of those things were foundational knowledge that I dealt with. When I mean I dealt with them, I feel at it. Clients bounce the job back. I go back at it again. Like this job must work, right? So why was he not taking it? So I understood. So that's when you want to, with your colors, you can create impressions. With your design, you can create impression. So all of those things comes to play with knowledge.
I said I wanted to round up before, but I still have something I'll add.
Okay.
I'll do a little name dropping. So this man who is someone you know very, very well, Mr. Is it Tokwe?
Tola.
Hey, that's the part I used to miss. Tola
Labi, yeah.
Mr. Tola Labi. I think it was the first. He did something, and to me that was magic. It was magic. I was working for a firm, and they were doing branding.
Yeah.
I was handling the whole web and stuff. It was around 2013.
Yeah.
2013. Yeah. So they brought him in. And I was hearing that they brought this senior design man. Okay. I don't even think I saw him face to face when he first came in. And he told him to go and design, do all the branding stuff and all that. And he sent the designs. And they were displeased. Why? Everybody having their own opinion. Some say it looks too simple. Some say it looks too this and that. I thought this. By the way, Tola Labi was the one that designed the logo of AIT. Right?
Yeah.
So this man knows his stuff. And they called him in, ready to tell him that they were disappointed and whatever.
I can imagine what
that man left with extra contract. He left because by the time he took the designs, he didn't change a single thing. He took the design one by one and started breaking it down for them. Here's why this. You said this about the company. You said this is your vision. You said that's why this is here. That's why that's here. Wow. Everybody became a student. And they did not only accept the design. They added on top. And that was the first time I saw someone use their knowledge, their depth in a field to convince. It didn't change one thing.
It was not even to convince. It's to
enlighten.
Help them. For a lack of better word, school them about their own value.
True.
Do you understand? To school them about their own value. You guys
don't even understand what you
exactly.
Want. Yeah. And I heard that then, people then, if you want to design, just pick shapes, pick this thing. This guy draws.
Yeah.
He will draw. So almost everything he's creating for you is unique.
It's exceptional.
It's unique.
And then so it was him that I stumbled on his works that I said, if someone is this detailed, I don't think he will be doing samples.
He
will not be doing drafts.
He's the one too that because just learn that you don't have to submit samples.
Nah, no. He doesn't, because definitely that work, that draft, it will tell you if I can make you believe that you need more drafts, then I'm not sure of what I'm creating for you. Then I did not understand you. So if I truly understand you very well, you don't need a draft. So I should be able to interpret
and just
interpret.
translate.
Yeah, exactly. I should be able to interpret your expressions properly enough, and you should be able to accept it.
That part was the magic. Yeah, that's let's I think we can have this section.
Yes.